Hey everyone, thanks for stopping by the Standards Weekly Check-In. I'm Colin. Behind the camera we got Heavy Metal Dylan.
What's up?
Today we're going to get into some staff picks, flip through some new arrivals and recently priced records. As always, if you see anything you like, you can hit the DMs on Instagram, you can give the shop a ring, or you can just cruise by because we are open 11 to 8, 7 days a week. Dylan?
Yes.
I was happy to see your staff pick.
Yeah?
Tell me about your staff pick.
All right. Well, everyone should be surprised because
I'm surprised.
I'm surprised
I'm a little
too.
surprised.
I had to finally listen to this front to back over and over and over and over.
Over
again.
and over again?
Yes.
Okay.
So I can finally understand what's going on with Civ's Set Your Goal. This is the first Civ record, right?
Yeah, other than technically singles maybe, but
Yeah.
yes.
Okay. But
Essentially.
I finally listened to this and not like watch that one music video. That always turned me off because I was like, what's going on?
Can't wait 1 minute more.
Yeah. And I finally like that song. I think I finally get this album.
What is your, I don't know, your theory, your take? What made it click, etc.? And don't just say listening to it.
I think I just accepted the whole like, what do you call that, like style? Like,
I don't know, melodic hardcore?
swinging. No, like the swinging.
It's not that swinging.
Yeah, but
Come
there's
on. They're
songs.
not cherry poppin' daddies. I
Yeah,
know what
there's
you're
very
talking
Cherry
about.
Papa Daddy style. I finally just accepted it and went, you know what? It's not that bad.
It's just because they look like swingers.
No, but
the cast
the
of
first song
swingers.
is like it's like the same thing as 1 minute more. I forget. I think Set Your Goals is very like that.
Yeah, fair.
So I was like, oh, okay, so the whole record's like that,
But
and
so
it's not.
it's a Gorilla Biscuit. Gorilla Biscuit Start Today is basically that.
Yeah, but the other songs kind of make up.
There are short, fast, hardcore songs on
Yeah.
there, and there's like weird, kind of like that one Sex Pistols-y song.
Yeah,
Boring Summer.
Which is all fine.
Yeah.
I finally get it.
There's a variety going on.
Yeah. I'm like, okay, you know what? I have to take away them being 16 or whatever, and like let them grow up in my mind, even though they're older than me by decades. I still have to musically let them grow up.
I've gone like up and down and left and right. I was like the age to see like those videos on MTV when they were first airing, and this was a fun album to me. It's a weird segment of 90s hardcore that I don't think you would get unless you were there. I would urge people to read the early issues of Hardware fanzine, because Hardware, as the 90s progress, kind of turns into this very orthodox hardcore zine where it's like Floor Punch is good and like Infest is good, and the like heavier, harder hitting hardcore bands they were very much extolling the virtues of. And if you read those early issues, which are like around mid 90s, maybe around when this comes out, there's a lot of like Avail and like Young Pioneers. Like melodic hardcore was very popular in underground music. I think it was maybe when like Green Day and Offspring hit that it became like very verboten to kind of mess with that style and still, try to be in the underground or whatever. Just became completely antithetical to what now people consider the 90s hardcore sound. So I don't know. This record made sense in its time, and then it kind of got lame to me, and now I'm kind of back in it. I loved listening to like Walter on like one of those Rev podcasts. He kind of like broke down where his head was at making the record. It's hilarious. He ghost wrote the record. Like in between Quicksand records, like on a weekend, he just ghost wrote the second Gorilla Biscuits record, but instead of calling it Gorilla Biscuits, called it Civ as a joke. So it's I don't know, kind of a testament to how skilled of and a kind of a chameleon of music that guy is, where he could just on a larf kind of put out, I think, a worthy successor to Start Today. It is just a second Gorilla Biscuits album, if you think about it.
Yeah, that's how I had to try and look at it. But like I said, when you first hear those swinging songs, it's kind of hard to get into, oh, this is the second OP.
I feel like I've talked about Civ for a little too much.
Yeah,
okay.
But it's fine, bro. It's cool.
I'll keep this brief because Sunday I had a weird one. It was like kind of a slow Easter Sunday, and I just did these 3 records on loop. And it was an odd experience. The last 2 Anti-CONTRARIAN records, and I forget if this is the first Wolfpack record, but it has Johnson from Anti-CONTRARIAN on vocals. Does it say when this was recorded? 97. So it's probably not the first one. But anyways, an interesting pairing, and wasn't super familiar with Wolfpack other than, knowing generally what they sound like. I played their records a handful of times, but just playing it back to back over and over again all day, especially in context of where Anti-Cemix was at the end of their run. Just a good time. Just a good way of hearing the same song over and over and over again. The slightly different configuration and slightly different production.
Which one's your favorite Anti-Cemix?
God, I used to be for sure Absolute. And in a lot of ways I still am. Mm-hmm. Or Country of Sweden, I guess they changed the name to. I used to be a Country of Sweden man for sure. I'm leaning a little Scandinavian Jawbreaker at this point. I don't like these two songs here. A little bit too jokey for my tastes. I think that's all I have to say about that. So in that regard, and this closes out with one of the strongest tracks, Rose. I fucking love that song so much. I don't know. I couldn't, this is a Sophie's Choice situation. It's not a hands down one way or the other, but if you're putting me on the spot, I'll say Scandinavian right now, but why we gotta put two baddies against each other? You know what I'm saying?
We don't got it.
We don't gotta pit two baddies against each other?
You just listen to it from one right into the next.
Yeah, and truthfully, there's not a bad anything in the Anti-Cemix catalog. What a fucking 10 out of 10 band. Let's look through some records, man.
Okay.
I don't know if I've ever shared this controversial take. I think I'm just gonna rage bait our audience here.
Okay.
I have two takes that I know are too unhinged to be perceived as genuine.
Which are?
Well, in other words, it's gonna sound like I'm just rage baiting because these are two beloved institutions.
Uh-huh.
But when I say I hate them with a passion, I'm sincere. I hate the Muppets. And I hate Calvin and Hobbes. And these are the two things that I know are so beloved that it's like too hot. I could say I hate The Simpsons, which is true at this point to some degree.
Sure.
But I think The Simpsons have garnered so much ill will from the public that it's like...
Whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're going to join that crowd?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I don't think... But Calvin and Hobbes and the Muppets are too near and dear to the public's heart. And I was talking to you about this earlier, how I've extended my Muppet hate to be like, I'm trying to figure out this like exact strain that I dislike. The Calvin and Hobbes thing is something different. That has to do, I think it's just too busy of an art style,
You don't like the art style?
No, I think like for a cartoon strip, it's like Peanuts is apex because it's minimal, minimal and expressive. I think Calvin and Hobbes is too complicated or busy on an art style perspective to be a good comic strip.
Okay.
Besides the point. But I think the Muppets is just like, I feel the same about Conan O'Brien. I feel the same about, we were talking about Steve Martin because I think we're presently missing a screening of The Jerk.
Yeah.
I think it's all people who are comedic without having victims.
They're themselves the victim.
Not necessarily.
Sometimes.
I mean, The Jerk is a little different because you're saying he's a buffoon, right? He's just playing a buffoon. But like, Adam Sandler is a buffoon, and that's like a better execution of it, I guess.
Because he beats up Shooter McGavin.
Yeah, he takes it to like a further extreme, and like, I feel like he's almost like making fun of a certain kind of person. If that makes sense, if he's a dumb jock in Happy Gilmore, a dumb rich kid in Billy Madison. I don't know. I feel like there's victims of his comedy. Good comedy has victims, and I don't think these targets of my ire feel that one. There's bad ones though. Chevy Chase always has victims, and he sucks.
Okay, yeah.
Bill Murray always has victims, and he's good.
Yeah.
So this isn't I don't have this dialed in exactly, but I'm speaking this right now, collecting my thoughts.
You should make a chart. Yeah.
Good.
Like a wheel.
Good, mean.
Yeah.
Bad, mean.
Yeah, like those two circles that interlock.
Yeah.
You need one of those.
Fair.
You need to make one of those.
And that's all we have for this week's weekly check-in. If you have any questions you'd like to see addressed on next week's episode, hit the YouTube comment section. Hey, can you think of a good victimless comedy? I can't. They're gonna assassinate me for that, aren't they?
I don't know. I might.
You think the deep state's gonna come for me?
I might call someone.
I don't think you can be anti. I think Conan O'Brien is connected to the top up.
Yeah.
You can't say anything disparaging against him.
Can't.
If I'm still here next week, I'll see you then. Thanks for watching, everyone. Peace.